half a litre of hydrogen water. The best water you can put in your body, they say. YouTube videos, Gary Brecker talking about hydrogen water. These Osmo bottles are a decent bottle as well. You want to be spending a couple £100 really on a decent hydrogen bottle. Keep away from the ones on Amazon, the cheap Chinese ones. They've got cheap parts and not proven to put the right hydrogen into the water. So Osmo's a good one. You can Google that name on Google, UK company, and they sell all the spare parts if anything ever goes wrong. I've had this about a year now, a year and a half, and it's still working really well. But yeah, do some research about hydrogen water on YouTube. Gary Brecker talks about it. It's supposed to be fantastic for the body. Bye. Well, early morning, the sun's out. In a little village, walking to the swimming pool. Very short walk. Half a litre of water, 1 black coffee. We're going to do a swim and do some grounding. Go to the gym, do some weight training. Boxing has taken a lot of energy out of me over the last couple of days. Still do the rounds, but the recovery just takes it out of me. The 2 sessions, it takes me 2 days to recover. To a point where I'm just fucking lying on couch, just sat there recovering. Don't even have the energy to go for a walk. It's not very good. So I think upping the boxing is going to be going back down to the normal level. A few fast bursts, a few fast rounds, some steady rounds. Can't maintain these long rounds, 3-minute rounds at a solid pace anymore due to my age. So I've got to train smart. Plus I don't want to get any injuries. It's red hot now. It feels about 30 odd degrees with this sun at the swimming pool. That's how I like it, no one there, nice and quiet. I'll go and do half an hour I think. Sometimes I do an hour. I quite like it in here, it's just relaxing. Perfect way to start the morning, 8 o'clock now, 8 AM. Oh god, and that's where I go for a walk on the grass. That's where I do my grounding. That grass over there. Okay guys. Here we are guys. Can't ask for a much better morning than what you've got now. Simple things in life. Just being in a nice area. You know, it's so cheap over here in Thailand. Well, it's not as cheap as it used to be, but things are cheap. You know, you could have a big detached house on this estate, for example, with the use of a swimming pool and the communities for like £500 a month. You know, you could downgrade a little bit, have a 35 square metre condo, maybe for like £180 a month, on a nice complex with swimming pool, gym. You know, the electric comes in on a condo about 1,000–1,500 baht, 30–35 quid. On a house, maybe call it 2,000 baht a month, 50 quid. Water rates is absolutely nothing, like £1, £2 a month. Internet's £10 a month, 500 baht. Got your SIM card for your phone, £10 a month. There's no council tax. And if you know how to cook, like my girlfriend does, you go to markets and you'll buy all the fresh food, all the fresh fruit, fish, chicken, and then you just start making your dishes up. You know, then these markets are cheap. You know, your food's probably, you go to a supermarket, your food's half price compared to UK. So for both of us, we have a good shop for £50-60 a week, and I eat pretty healthy. I spend a bit more and get the organic chicken and pasteurised eggs and stuff. We eat out once a week. Don't really drink. I've only had one drink in the last 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks since I've been here. So I'll probably one drink a month. I'll go out. Rest of the time it's just training, sleeping, recovering, walking, into swimming pool, different routines every day. You know, the gym's over here. What are you looking about? 800, 900 baht for one gym, the weightlifting gym. 700 baht for Thai boxing gym per month. So in about 20 quid a month, maybe 17 quid a month for other gyms. So you can have a few memberships, or you can just pay as you go. I just pay 100 baht sometimes, 2 quid just to go to a different gym and then mix it around a little bit. Coconut in the morning cost me about 30 pence. So I have one M every day. Great electrolytes. So it's just simple things really, simple things that don't cost a lot of money in life. And I believe if you get rid of all your liabilities in your life, cars, expensive this, expensive that, expensive houses, expensive wives, get rid of them out of your life, start collecting more assets, you know, property, shares, dividends, gold, whatever you can invest in. That money will start making you money when you're not doing nothing. That money will make you money when you're asleep. You know, eventually you'll start having a passive income, and that's the key. Key to success. To work hard when you're young, build up all these assets, limit the liabilities in your life, and then when you get older, try and look for a country what's a lot cheaper to live in, what gives you the freedom that you want, what you can't have in your own country, for a quarter of the price. So let's face it, the big goal in most people's life is to get up in the morning and do what they want, not have to go to work or go somewhere they don't want to go. They can have time with the family, or they can have time on their own, or they can do the things that they want to enjoy. So yeah, I call freedom being wealthy. Not interested in any fancy cars, gold watches or any of that sort of shit. You know what I mean? Don't bother me at all anymore. Did when I was younger, not while I'm older. It's all about getting the most out of these days now. Every day is a different, you know, every day is a blessing really. You know, your life could be over, you know, tomorrow, day after, week after. You know, we're all going to die. So it's all about creating time now. Time for yourself, time for your family, time for whatever you want to do in your life. And get out of the fucking rat race of a 9-to-5 system that the government and most of the world has put us in over years and years and years. Educating us at school to learn this and learn that, what's always favouring the system and how things will, you know, how things work in this world. But you break out of that routine and take your own path, start educating yourself on things like finances and money and insurances and interest rates and fucking how to make money and passive income and all these different ideas, and then that'll put you in much more bigger stead, or shall I say it'll help you out a lot more when you get older than going to school learning history and fucking the shite they teach you now in high school. Anyway, that's my 2 pence. Okay, God bless. Well, here we are, just doing my little 10-minute walk after I've done my swimming. Just enjoying, relaxing, peaceful morning. No stress, no drama, no work. Just doing the things I want to do in life. What else can you ask for? Quite like coming for these walks in the morning, the swimming in the morning. Quite like having a lot of time to myself, to be honest with you. I don't need a lot of people in my life, you know what I mean? Especially as you get older, you soon realise You know, out of all these hundreds of people, you know, you're very lucky if you've got 2 or 3 decent friends out of them all, and they're the ones you can just contact at any time. Might not see them for 3 or 4 years, but then it's, you know, it's just like seeing them last week. And yeah, so I think as time's gone on, I sort of kept myself to myself a lot more. You know, yeah, you just got to make time for yourself. You know, do these things on your own. Find your you know, your personality, your strengths. You know, don't be dependent on anybody really. You know, find your own way. Get people out of your life who are negative or are driving you down in any sort of mental way. You know what I mean? Could even be friends, family, or anybody. If they're putting you in a bad mood and upsetting you, then unfortunately you need to separate yourself from them. You don't have to disown them, but you need to get them out of your life. You need to get them out of that circle. Otherwise, they're just going to mentally drag you down. You know, you know, it's so true. Through the years of me growing up, I've knocked around with different people, and when you knock around with these people, you become pretty much like that circle of people. And then as you get older, you start changing your friends and changing your scenery. And then I think you get to a certain age where, you know, there's only a few people who really matter in your life, and that's you know, you might have 1 or 2 decent friends, and you've got your family, and then obviously, you know, your girlfriend or your wife, you know, person who you're spending 99% of the time with, because everybody starts leading their own life as they get older, you know. So yeah, you definitely look at things a lot different, especially when you start getting near enough closer to your 50s. You start realising time's precious, and every day is a blessing really. Even though it's hard to control your brain and your thoughts and your anxiety and your stresses in life, it's very hard to control them, but I find by getting away from them as far as you can, you know, and away from anything what bothers you, that definitely helps. I notice when I come to Thailand, it takes me like 3 weeks to settle back into Thailand, and I just slowly feel a different person week by week. The stress, the anxiety, the worry back at home, the work, worrying about this and that person's done this, or this person said that, or falling out with family, or, you know, it slowly disappears. After 3 weeks, you start to be feeling a lot more freer and a lot more relaxed. And let's face it, stress is the biggest killer. You know, if you're around, you know, that environment, or you've got a stressful job, a stressful life, you know, you're taking years off your life without realising. You really are. You know, you've got to break away from these sort of traumas what fucking drain you and take years off your life. You know, you can help yourself as well by obviously looking after yourself, you know, doing these sort of things in the morning. You know, obviously now I'm just walking, I'm grounding, got my shoes off, you know, just letting the earth connect to the body, they say. Don't know how true it is, but not wrong with having a 10-15 minute relaxing walk. You know, do my swimming in the morning. You know, stay hydrated, eat decent foods, exercise, and then what people take for granted is controlling your mind, keeping your mind in a good place, keeping the right foods going in your stomach, what controls your mind as well. You know, you eat bad, you're going to feel bad. You know, it's so true. You know, you think bad and you're getting bad thoughts in your head, down, depressed, anxiety, then you're going to have a bad stomach as well. Most people who've got problems with stress and stuff also feel like they have bad guts. You know, the stomach's normally quite bad. You know, your body's all linked together, it's amazing. So yeah, so that's it really. Yeah, it's just a little bit about, you know, as you get older, you make your own choices in life, and you have the certain people around you who make you feel good, and the rest of the people, yeah, you be nice to them, be polite, but everyone's got their own lives. You know, everybody's very busy now in life, and unfortunately the world, especially the Western world, everybody's out for themselves to a certain point. and you can't blame them. It's just how it is. It's been sort of drilled into them for years and years. But I do believe when you come to Thailand and you start getting to know how the villages work and how the communities are, it is a bit like going back in time. You see people with hardly nothing, but they're living a good, perfectly happily life because they're surrounded themselves with decent people. They're helping each other out. People are still nice, you know what I mean? People tend to be a different, definitely a different culture. Unfortunately, you've had to come to the other side of the world to experience it, you know. The kids are different. The kids are not disrespectful like they are in the UK. They're helping the parents, helping the mums, the dads. They're out working. You know, they're polite. Don't feel threatened when you're walking into a group of lads. You know, they don't give you that threat. They don't look at you funny. They don't have that sense of, you know, that body appearance. You know, where they're trying to intimidate you. You know what I mean? And this is coming from an ex-professional fighter. You know, I can see it. I see it in Morecambe all the time. Walking through the town, you're thinking, who's this fucking idiot coming towards me? You can just sense when you're getting that vibe. In Thailand, you don't get that. And I can fight. So imagine if I'm, you know, an older person in his 60s, 70s, you know, they're going to be, you know, they're going to be feeling quite uncomfortable about going into certain areas of towns or places. And let's face it, Manchester, Liverpool, and all the other areas are a lot worse than Morecambe. But I believe Morecambe's getting on that same sort of level now, or the whole of the UK is. It's a different world, and it's a world I wouldn't want my kids being brought up in, to be honest with you. And hopefully I'll get my kids over, they start having a bit of a holiday in Thailand. You never know, as they get older, they start thinking a bit different. Maybe come over for a few months at a time, or whatever they do, or whatever they want to do. But there's a lot more to this world than being stuck in your own town day in, day out, working the same job 9 to 5, listening to the same shit every day. God, man, I'm so fucking glad I broke loose and realised something weren't right. I needed to make that path, you know what I mean, or that jump to just a different country and just to go and find that bit of peace and fucking, and see what the world's about, instead of just being stuck in one area every day, knowing exactly what I'm going to do. Wake up, walk the dog, go to the gym, work all day, come home, clean the house, make the kids tea, go to bed. Lucky if you've got a fucking hour with your girlfriend in the way the world is in the UK. But anyway, I'll just put one more little thing as well. Unfortunately, the UK has become a place of where people are not happy for you. People want to see you with nothing. People don't want to see you succeed. You know, you've got a few people, and obviously there's a good percentage of people who do, and there are good people, but there's too many people et up with envy, jealousy, even family, friends, the closest people to you. You know, you've got to break away from that, or you've got to make your own life. What shall I say? Yeah, you've got to do both of them things, but just be aware of them. Just be aware of the people who look on your Facebook and look at everything you're doing. Don't fucking acknowledge anything that you've done. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? But there's so many people like that, and I know so many people. And then they're so nice to you when they see you. Hey Lee, how's it going, mate? What have you been up to? How's Thailand going? And you think, you fucking bullshitting cunt. Stay away from me, because you're nothing but what you are, is a fake person. I've had to delete a lot of fake people, even family, off my Facebook. But anyway, this is just a little story about, you know, the pros and the cons of England and Thailand. It's not about getting into all the negatives and pros, but you don't feel any of this when you're in Thailand. That's the bottom line. So this is where I'm at now. Okay, God bless. Well, that's what we're doing in the afternoon. Nice little walk. Some fresh air. I'm going to try and get my 10,000 steps in today. Very quiet in Pattaya at the moment. It will pick up. December, January, February, peak seasons. I think it's half the price at the moment. Hotels down to like 15, 20 quid a night. Nice hotels as well. Go on the islands for like half the price with the hotels and stuff. Just not guaranteed sunny weather every day. But it's always hot. It's always in the 30s. But not always the sun's out, you know. But today's a good day. Has been raining for the last few days, to be fair, but don't really bother me. I just crack on with my training and do what I need to do. Not many people in these bars. What's this freak doing? This pub always stays quite busy. This is where the retired men come. Sit here, have a pint. All different nations. Different nations. The women are here to keep the men company. But it costs. Costs money, costs drinks. This is where the police normally are. Police stop you if you're on a moped and they will fine you. Every Farang, every Englishman, he will get stopped. I don't see the police today. Where are they? Oh, there's a police car. Is it too hot for them here? Oh, we're just walking into Central now. Central, I'm going to walk around the Central shopping mall, go for a coffee. It's a good way of burning a few steps without being too hot in the sun, to be fair, young man. There's the shopping mall, Hilton, that's where we normally go. The old Hilton. I'd rather wake up every day and fucking be in a tropical country, tropical island, instead of being stuck in UK, man. God. And I gotta say, the Thai women are quite funny, very humorous, and they're very good. They look after you. Just get a bit jealous every now and again. Oh my sisters and sisters. Oh, don't miss that sound. Crying babies. Don't miss that sound. That's it. It's quite nice shopping malls. Malls of designer shops. Got the nice little coffee shops and food at the top shelf, top floor. Also, you got all your cinemas and bowling alley and stuff. It's quite a nice place to go and chill out. I want to look for a coffee machine.
You want to go looking for a coffee machine again? Oh my god.
See if there's any sales.
We see it last week.
This is our famous little coffee shop in the shopping mall. I'm going to go and sit outside. You mean to sit outside and wait for you, love? Joy, go and sit outside. Get us a seat. Pure honey. I might buy some of that. These little view, I like this little view here. Let's have a look. There we go. See, lovely view. Lovely view.
I think she give you free.
A little bit of a shop now in the local market. Get our bits and pieces for tea tonight. This is how you survive off £1,000 a month. Nice fancy eating out every day. Nice healthy freshly grown vegetables. Fish, look see. Look at the fish. Still alive. Shrimps. Go on, sorry mate. Oh, this seafood. Sweet potato, 25 baht. Get the dark ones, get the dark ones.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Two mix them, mix, okay?
Okay. Look at all these fish here, man. Right. Straight out of the sea.
Okay, huh?